situation, coming off the top ball screen, looks like the Warriors are in a zone because GP really isn't guarding Larry right here. It just looks like a zone. So first off, they set the ball screen to the right side. You want to set the ball screen, obviously, to the side with less people. If you set it to the left side, we have Tony Snell and I forget who that is. You have two people on the strong side. Clay's gonna easily clog the lane. Gary's gonna easily be under Larry Nance somewhere in here, right? JTA can get over top. There's just too many defenders. So we set it to the right side, right? And look at the first thing Jose does. As soon as he comes off the ball screen, notice how he comes off it tight. See that? He's coming off straight down. He's not coming off to the side. He's coming off straight down. He's forcing Gary Payton to step over. You have to respect the fact that if Gary Payton is lower or more to the outside, he can easily snake it, split it, get to the middle. He comes over, kick, swing, whatever, right? So, comes off the ball screen, gets Gary Payton jumping on the inside. This opens up this whole gap on the right side, allows for him to drive by him and finish at the rim. One thing I really like about Jose is how he pushes it in transition and how the Pelicans get a lot of transition ball screens because you can catch a defense off guards a lot of the time, right? So Jose pushes it, right? Now, this clip, I just want to look at his eyes. Look at his head, right? Look how he uses his eyes. So let's go back. He's coming down. He sees that there's no help, right? You can easily see, as any point guard should be able to in your peripheral, see that there's no help at the bottom, right? Desmond Bain is all the way on the weak side. So Jose is looking at this ball screen. Jackson Hayes is coming to set, right? He's looking at it. Look how early he starts. He starts right now, right? He starts looking for it, right? He knows the whole time that he's going to go baseline because of how Steven Adams is playing, and there's no weak side, right? So he uses his head. He looks him off. He finally gets that in and out. Tyus takes a step up. He gets downhill, right? I'm going to slow it down. Now look as he's in the lane, right? He's looking for the dump down. Use his eyes the whole time, right? If you're looking straight at the rim, a lot of times the shot blocker is just going to, think you're going to shoot it. And they're more likely to block your shot, depending on how you get it off. But Jose does a great job of using his eyes, and this is something all point guards should be able to do. All guards, all players, right? You got to play mind games. You got to use your eyes. You can't telegraph what you're going to do because he gets the floater. Gets the little hop. Boom. Easy lay. Here Jose comes down. Transition, he's calling for the ball screen early. Right? You can always get the flip. Whenever they ice it, so the guy guarding the ball jumps to the inside, the guy guarding the screener jumps to the outside, right? You can always get that ball screen going that direction. Anytime you get that, the snake is the optimal break. Unless there's nobody here. When you have a man strong side corner, you can't come off the snake, right? Come off it and kind of drag this big man out because this help side is right here. You're going right into a man. So Jose wants to screen to the middle, right? Because if you ice it and you get the screen to the middle, he's going to get caught on it. The guy, I think that's Ben McLemore, the guy guarded the ball. He's going to get caught on it, and then you get downhill. So he gets the ball screen. Look, he's coming off straight downhill, right? He's not coming off east to west, right? He's not coming off. See that angle in the beginning? He's not coming at a wide angle. See how he turns his feet. Look how that first foot, he turns it. Look how pointed it is towards the rim. He gets downhill. And what I like when he gets in here, I'm going to slow it down, is his patience, right? He doesn't know if they're going to switch. He doesn't know what they're going to do. So he's giving his man time, Jackson Hayes, to get out of the screen and get to the rim. Because if he can get him on his back and hold him off, right, he could potentially get a lob if this man steps up to him. Or he can get dumped down if he steps up now, or the kick, the straight whip across if the weak side man is too far in. But the thing to focus on this clip is Jose's patience. He gets past the ball screen. He sees these three men on him, right? He slows up. He gives his man time to roll out, right? This is a team game. If he can get to the rim, this forces him to make a decision. And so when he has to make a decision, that's when you attack. So he kind of sags off. He just gets straight to the floater because the Trailblazers don't really pick him up. Another theme, once again, his ability to use his eyes and his ability to attack in transition. So, transition ball screens, you're going to get the defense catch them off guard a lot of the times. So look here, right? Sorry about that. So first off, we're pushing. I'll let the clip run through, and then I'll break it down. Right? It gets downhill, gets to the middle, a little staticky. But the thing I want us to focus on in this clip is this. So look, he gets the outlet, right? Look at his eyes. He's calling for Jackson right here. Right? He's looking at the defense, calling for Jackson. Look at him. He's looking straight at him. He wants the ball screen. Set it up. Use your eyes. He's looking straight at the baseline, looking like he's about to come off. Look what it forces Augustine to do. He jumps to the inside. He gets that first step. Jose's down the lane. Easy layup in transition. So here's a half court ball screen action with Jose in it. Right? So you get a wing ball screen. First of all, I know a lot of NBA teams, a lot of players, like, a lot of high-level teams, high-level organizations, whatever, however you want to say it, like to flip the ball screen, right? A lot of people just like to set the ball screen and just hold it, just hold the middle ball screen. Jonas Valanciunas comes up, fakes like he's going to set it to the middle, right? But look at Jose as Jonas is coming up. He's looking at it, right? He's looking like there's going to be a ball screen. Look at his head. Look at his body. It's all turned towards that direction. He's setting it up, right? He's not telegraphing that he's going to flip it the last second. So let me slow it down here, too, because I want to touch on little things in the move. So Jose sets it up. He takes this step to the outside, right? He takes that hard plant. Look at the ball. Look how wide it is on his body, right? Two things that are setting it up. The more you can get it, everything, his foot, his momentum, his which comes from this step that he's taking, right? His fake. The ball on that side, right? Try to get everything leaning towards the middle. Jonas he flips the screen at the last second. DeJounte gets caught on it. Jose sees that right away. He sees that. I think that's Zach Collins, or can't tell who that is. It's all the way back there. That drop, please. It's over. He bounces out. Easy jumper. So this clip, I just want to show the importance of coming off tight, right? That's something that a lot of players do not put enough emphasis on. When you come off a ball screen, you want to come off with your shoulder to the guy setting the ball screen's hip, right? You want to come off as tight as you can. You want to go straight off the screen. You don't want to go to the side and just dribble out along the three-point line. So in this clip, right, and I'll slow it down, Jose's getting the ball screen to the weak side. Larry needs to drop a little bit, right? He comes off the screen, and look how he takes that first step, right? So it's not come off the screen and come straight along the three-point line, right? Because you see how I forget his name, Trey Jones. See how Trey gets through the ball screen. So if Jose were to come off, right, straight to the side, that's an easy angle for Trey to cut him off and keep him in front. But because Jose comes off tight and he comes off downhill, getting his shoulder by his hip, not to mention completely getting in front of Trey, right? This opens up the pull-up jumper, especially with the drop, right? That's two clips where he's just dropping. So when you are playing a ball screen coverage that's a drop and you can come off tight and get your man completely on the screen, which forces your man to get caught up on the screen, like Trey did somewhat in this. He did a good job getting through, but he also did get caught on it, right? Which opens up the pull-up. Every time with that drop coverage, the pull-up is going to be there. If there's one guy that I would watch for ball screens, and I was a little guard, it's Jose Alvarado, right? He does a great job of being able to come off the ball screens tight. And, you'll see in these clips how important it is to come off tight and come off close to your man. Because, first of all, it gets the guy guarding you caught up on the screen, right? And it allows you to get downhill much faster and more efficiently. So I'm just going to run this one slowly, right? So he's getting a ball screen. Jose's calling for it to the middle. He sets it. Larry Nance sets it. Jose is coming straight down, right? He's coming, as soon as he's coming off the ball screen, he's coming downhill to the middle. And now when he gets in the lane, this is something that I like that he does, right? Watch how he throws it out in front of him. He throws it out in front of him through the guy's legs, keeps it low. These are big guys, right? The lower you are as a guard, the more you could throw it out in front of you, kind of like, I think I first learned that from Kyrie, and I'm sure many other players have done it a lot. But his ability to throw it out with one hand, right, keep it away from the defenders, and look how he maneuvers the ball when he gets in the lane. Gets it high, straight to the layup, straight to the floater, bucket. I love the fact that Jose seeks contact in the ball screen. That's something that's very important as a guard. A lot of guys like to shy away from contact and don't like to create it. When you're in ball screens, when you're in the lane, you have to be able to create that space for you to get your shot off, for you to force the defense to be a man down, a step behind. So, first of all, fake the handoff. Jose catches in the corner, right? This is a tough position to be in. But immediately, we see he comes off the ball screen. He's trying to get out of there quickly, right? Because you don't want to face up. You don't want to really square up. Give him time to, get his feet right in that corner, right? Because just like this could be a disadvantage for the ball handler, this could be a real disadvantage for this guy. When you're in the extremes, it's hard to guard, right? The extreme corner, when you're up, higher up the floor, right? Those are extremes, so it's always harder to guard in those positions. Jose comes off immediately. He traveled. Look how he turns that angle, right? So he doesn't immediately get downhill right here. But look what he does. He goes straight into his guy. You see how that forces him to bounce back a little bit and he get that space in the middle of the floor? Watch again. Jose gets downhill. Trey does a great job. I love how Trey gets through the ball screens. That is a side note. I've watched a couple clips with him do it, but he gets through it, right? He's trying to get in front, bumps him as soon as he tries to get in front, right? He bumps him straight to the side. So when he's on the side of your body like that and you bump him straight to the side, this creates that much more space to go straight to the lane. Versus if Trey's a little bit in front of him and he bumps him, you could still bump him a little bit, but Trey has an easier time being able to get to from here around where this guy is at to the middle of the floor versus from the side to the middle of the floor. Jose gets to the middle, 1-2, raises up, easy float. Clip, Jose in the ball screen action. So he's on the wing. He bounces out after pushing in transition, seeing if he could get something. Didn't get anything. Calls for the ball screen to the middle, right? Look how high he is up the floor. So the thing about Jose is he does a great job of being able to get downhill fast. There's some guys who can get a ball screen on the wing and come straight off who play a little bit slower. And there's some guys who like to get downhill. The further up the floor you are as a point guard, and the faster you are, the quicker you are with your handle, the better you are getting downhill. This is the area to be, right? So he's all the way out here to get the ball screen, create a little bit of space before it comes downhill. One thing I like is look how he's kind of in his rhythm dribble, right? We're going to slow it up even further. Jose's in his rhythm dribble until he comes up. Now, boom, goes as soon as he gets the ball to the outside hand, right? Comes off the ball screen, tight, downhill. Getting in front, taking that angle, not to the side, but downhill to get in front of the guy who was guarding him on the ball screen. Gets in front, and one thing I like that he does is you see this hop, that little hang dribble, right? It's very subtle. He gets past the ball screen, he gets in the middle. Hang. See, the hang allows you it gives you the time to read the big man. If you're coming straight off the ball screen, right, and you're trying to make a decision while you're moving full speed, right? It's going to be harder to make a decision. This hang allows him to change speeds. Hang, let's see, read him. Read the guy, the big man stepping up the floor. Is he going to step up and guard me? What is he going to do? He takes the step back. He's not committing to Jose. Boom, easy floater every time. So here's the last clip in this Jose Alvarado pick and roll masterclass. So we're watching Jose in another transition ball screen. So as we've seen from previous clips, his ability to turn it down specifically in transition ball screens is, pretty paramount in how he gets a lot of his buckets, a lot of his reads. But, when you're in the NBA, obviously you ice. So a lot of the times it's going to be easier to turn it down, especially in transition when the big guarding the ball screen is lacking. Because the guy guarding the ball screen, right, Russ in this case, he's going to know to jump to the inside because they're icing the ball screens, right? But let's say Dwight is still on the inside right here. That's why a lot of the times these bigs, when they're not completely locked in and over early to the ice positioning, which would be a little more towards the sideline, That's why Jose gets a lot. That's when Jose gets a lot of his turn downs, the easy buckets, floaters, layups at the rim. But Jose continues to use his eyes right there. Uses his eyes, little head turn to try to sell it. He gets downhill, right? Because Russ jumps to the inside. This is the same thing as the last clip, right? Look how he hops. Look at this. Hang, right? He's hanging to give himself a chance, give himself time to make a read. Is Dwight going to step up and he dumps it down for the bounce pass and Jackson Hayes makes a play? Is Dwight going to keep dropping with him? So he's hanging. Is he going to just be able to pull a jumper, a floater, right? The hang gives you multiple options, especially when you're in the lane after you come off the ball screen, right? So Jose is in there using his eyes, hanging on the dribble, gives himself time to make a decision, and look how he makes that move, right? He plants. A little slight in and out. It's very subtle. We'll speed it up. See how he pounds it? Steps. Pound, step, that last move. Try to get Dwight to jump. Try to get Dwight to get off his position, but Dwight's on his heels, right? And that's what opens up this floater without being able to block his shot.